Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this video, I'm hoping that you watched part 1 of my plants that I want to see or that I'm looking forward to seeing grow in 2023. If you haven't, please check that out right here. And if you have, please continue watching. We're not going to drag this out. Let's just get right on into it right here.
Now, next up is one that is shaped shaped similar to that, sort of. And it has its own challenges. So let's go into that one. I don't know why I chose this one next. It's actually really kind of hard to get to. Should have chose the ones in front first, but it's okay. I'm just connecting the dots with the shapes. Okay, so this is my big guy, one of the bigger ones, actually probably the biggest one in this share. So this one I also got actually probably earlier than the Megalithiana last year in the spring, and this is none other than my Philodendron Horizo Verde. It's great, isn't it? Isn't she lovely? She's kind of big. She's getting a little big. So I got her when she was, it's almost been a year. I've got her when the leaves were all this size. She only had probably 3 or 4 leaves. And this size actually might even be big, I would say. Is this one smaller? Yeah, the leaves were all this size. These might be the original leaves. And so I kept looking at it, and I didn't know Horizo Verde to have a red margin, but these do. And the shape for me was off. I'm like, this is not like a Horizo Verde. It's not marbling. Now I knew that it had to have high light, high heat, high humidity in order to marble. But it just wasn't happening for me. And it was just bugging me out, stressing me out, worrying me. So I did send a note to the seller, and he, oh my gosh, what a gracious person. He actually sent me another one. He said, oh, I'm so sorry, because I had waited 6 months before I wrote to him. And he's like, I'm so sorry, our goal is definitely to have you satisfied. Here, let me send you another one. And oh my gosh, he sent me one that was probably this size when I received it. It was so much bigger. And I'm still having the same issue with that one. But I did, as soon as I sent that email and he said he was going to send me a replacement plant, guess what came out? This buddy right here. So crazy. It was like magic. It was weird. And then I kind of felt bad, but now I have 2 plants, so no, I don't feel that bad. But yeah, these guys require a lot of patience trying to get them to give out their marble variegation. A lot of patience or a really great environment, living in Florida or something like that. Or a greenhouse environment, maybe. Now, I never did have this, did I? Maybe I did have it in my D12 cabinet last year when it was young, but at some point, I don't know, it ended up in the sunroom, and this is actually where it grew my marble leaf. And I'm really proud and excited about that leaf, and I'm just excited and proud. Well, I'm excited to see it grow more marbly over the upcoming months. As you can see, most of the leaves are not marbly. I think, no, this is not the newest. This is the newest leaf. It doesn't have any marbling. This one kind of has a little bit. It might be hard to see on camera, but I can see it from the back side. This one kind of has a little bit too. It's so funny because you see how these leaves are oriented all kinds of crazy. This one's face up, this one's face down. What it does is it really, really, really wants to be next to that light. So while this one was growing in the direction towards me, it realized the light was back. It was growing like this. It realized the light was back there. It said, oh, let me go see what that's all about. And it orients itself to that side. So yeah, you guys are where the window face would be, and that's how this guy's growing. So I'm just excited to see this one grow. This one's not on a pole. It's a great candidate for a pole. It does have lots of nice aerial roots. And the other one that I have is on a pole. So I'm just kind of doing some experimentation here. Having one, just in the pot and one on the pole. And yeah, watching them as they grow. Okay, next up, this is the first time I have ever had a Stephania erecta. Yes. So this is pretty cool. It's a cactus plant, as you can see here. We've got the big potato-y bulb, and it's growing. And this is winter 2022. So what they say about cactus plants, or at least this one in particular, is that they go dormant in the winter. What the fuck is this then? So I received this plant in the mail, and it was in a brown paper bag. So I guess it was to keep the light out. Yeah, it's supposed to be dormant. So I was thinking, okay, it's just gonna be like sit there. It's not gonna grow until the spring, and lo and behold, it is growing. Okay, so I'm guessing because it's its first season and it doesn't know the difference between spring and fall yet because it was in a brown paper bag and dark all its life. Then it started to grow, and because it saw some light, and it may be assuming that hello, we're in spring. And fortunately, we are now on the other side of the winter solstice, so the days are getting longer and hopefully more light, but not really. Like I think I mentioned I'm in Pennsylvania, and I've got some gray, gloomy, dreary skies outside right now, and probably toward February it's gonna continue to still even get more dark because it's gonna snow a lot in February and maybe March also. But we'll see. So it's near my south-facing window, but it's not in the window exactly, and I put it away from the window so that it wouldn't really like confuse and grow, but here it is. It's growing, so I'm excited to see what it does because, like I said, it's doing some behavior that's a little bit opposite from what I expected. So let's see if we can get some leaves on this guy, and I'm excited to see just what it does throughout the year. I've never seen the leaves. The leaves have not been here yet, and I wasn't even really going to plant this one, but then I got this really cute planter that I was kind of like, I ordered specifically for this guy, for Meekless Pots and Plants. And yeah, so then I just decided to put it in here and put the dirt in because it was just already growing without the dirt. It was just sitting there and it started to grow. So here we go. And then I watered it a little bit and it grew a little bit more. So this is what we have right now. Stephania erecta. And they call it also Charlotte's Web money plant. I don't know why, but that's what the tag is that it came with. Okay, next up is my lovely, beautiful Philodendron mommy. Yay! All right, so last year I started getting into the heart-shaped leaf philodendrons. The first one that I imported in that spring import, like the only real true, I think, import that I've done from Ecuador was I imported a pastazanum. And I was just like, at the time, I was like, okay, all these heart-shaped leaf philodendrons look kind of similar, and like, I'm not gonna buy all of them. I'm not gonna be a crazy plant lady and like buy all of the plants that look exactly the same, right? So I was like, which one do I really, really want? And I really wanted the Dean McDowell, the cross between the gloriosum and the pastazanum, for a really long time, but I couldn't find one. So when I was on Ecuador's website, I was like, all right, well, I had seen the pastazanum before and I really was admiring it, and I ended up getting that one, right? So that one, I still have it and it's doing fantastic. But then, you know, from that moment to like 6 months later or more, I started to be able to, you know, distinctly identify and differentiate between like, okay, pastazanum. Well, the Philodendron D. McDowell is a little iffy because sometimes it looks like the pastazanum, sometimes it looks like, it doesn't really look like the gloriosum that much, but like, sometimes it can look a lot like the pastazanum and not much differentiating factors. But anyways, I can tell between those two, and the gloriosum. and like the mame and the plowmanii was another one at the time when I was deciding between the pastazanum. The plowmanii was another one, and I'm just like, well, what are the differentiating features? Like, I can't really tell. So for me today, the plowmanii has a lot more like ridges and a little bit more pillowier than the pastazanum, but the pastazanum has just like a beautiful, truly heart-shaped leaf. And anyway, so now I can tell the difference a lot better. And enter mame. Okay, so it was sold to me just as Philodendron mame, but I think, come on guys, look at that. Look at those markings. I believe it might be a silver cloud. Let me know what you think. But I'm not sure. The thing I'm not sure about is if the mame may have these silver markings in its juvenile state, and then when it grows older, they may go away. So that's what I'm thinking in my mind, why it could possibly not be a silver cloud. But let me know if you guys know anything different. Please comment below. But yeah, I got this one. It was a little bit smaller. It had like 3 or 4 leaves maybe. And obviously it's unfurling a new one right now. And this plant is by all intents and purposes supposed to be a crawler, supposedly, but dude, it is completely climbing. This leaf is coming from up here and not down here. So I don't know what's up with it. I think we're gonna end up growing it. Maybe it's a hybrid, who knows? And it's also got some little aerial roots or nubs or little like nipples down there. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, so I don't know if it's gonna continue to grow up or what is it going to do, but I'm excited to see, and that's why this one is one to watch in 2023. We're looking for the markings, see what they have, what they do, and we're also looking to see the direction in which it grows, the growth pattern. All right. And next up is a cute little sweet Hoya cantiana. These are cuttings. I think they're like $6 a piece. There's 2 cuttings in here, and I'm excited to see this guy grow. Yeah, basically, obviously because it's a little cutting, and I just enjoy, getting a plant from the beginning stages, growing it from a baby to a big boy. And I used to be a snob about that and think early on in my plant journey that like people who bought larger plants were cheating and all this stuff, and like, well, you're not a real grower, da 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 da. But I definitely came to my senses since then, because like my experience with the Monstera, as you take on new plant projects, you realize that the baby stage is a really hard stage to overcome a lot of times. Sometimes the odds just aren't in your favor. And I went through that with that one. And so cuttings, I think, are a little less risky than the seedling stage, but it does happen too that they'll fail as well. So yeah, I'm just excited to see this one grow. Hopefully it takes. I don't know if it's rooted or not yet, and I don't want to pull on it, because if it isn't, it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm excited to see this one grow, and the rest of all my Hoyas, because obviously flat mites, and they're all going through sulfur treatments. I think I'm on week 4, but there's so many of them that I've kind of slowed down with the consistency of my treatment, so it hasn't been exactly weekly. As a matter of fact, it might have been like 2 weeks this past iteration of treatments. So I probably need to do that today. But I want to break my collection up into maybe like 2 groups, because it's such a pain in the butt to grab all those Hoyas and drive them into the bathroom, shower them down, and spray apply the sulfur. It's really labor intensive. It's like a whole day or a couple hour task. So we're excited to see this one, Hoya cantiana. Alrighty, next up is another baby. Now this one and my mame were, actually I don't know that this one was a really great steal of a price, but like they were a lot less expensive because they're such smaller versions of the plant. So this one definitely I had to get as a baby, because the big ones were really expensive. So I'm happy to grow this out. Like I said, at one point in time, I thought that you had to go through this really tough juvenile stage, or like rooting from a wet stick, etc., in order to be a real plant love creator or grower or whatever. I don't think that now, but it is very rewarding to grow it from a baby stage like this. So this is the Philodendron bilietiae or bilieti or baby billy. I call this one baby billy. So this is my baby billy. It's got the great orange petioles. I'm excited to see this one grow. Look at these kind of like, as it's in this young state, look at these like rippled, dimpled leaves. It's so cute. I love it. We've got an emerging leaf right here. Exciting. So it looks like it's gonna be a bit bigger. So we're just excited to see this one size up. I don't know that I think I've seen these a lot, and I wouldn't put this on the pole. I don't think I'm gonna put this on the pole, but it is all growing one side right now. Obviously, probably the light. I don't know if I like that, or if I like it more rounded, like, you know, all the way on all sides, radial. So we'll see, but in the spring, summer, we'll put this back onto the sunroom, and it gets like light from 3 directions, east, south, and west. So that might be a really great place for it to try and like get the radial growth from all directions. Yay, excited. We're gonna put this back. Now this no, it's not the last one. I think it's like the second to last. I think this is the second to last. But this is the next one. Do you know what it is? This is the first and only one of these I've ever had in my collection. I'm really excited. But I guess how long I've had this for? Close to a year. I got this in the beginning of spring, maybe like February or March, April, I'm not sure. Probably like February or March or something like that of last year. This is a Philodendron gloriosum. And when I received it, it was none other than just a node and like a caterpillar. So it was just like this, like a little, what do you call it, a chunk and a caterpillar. And so it took forever to root, forever. It was crazy. I didn't know if it was gonna make it. I thought it really wasn't. I mean, this thing probably took 6 months to root. I don't know. Shoot, it was crazy. So finally though, sometime during the summer or spring, it gave me a leaf. And then now these are leaves number 2 and number 3. I think that first one died away, and yeah, it's doing okay. It's doing all right. As you can see, leaf number 3 right here is smaller than leaf number 2, so I don't know what's up with that. But I did move this over. So when I rooted it and I guess, I don't know, got it to leaf. I don't know what that is called. But when I got it to spring a leaf, when I rooted it and it sprung the leaf, it was in a really smaller container, much smaller. I think it was in phlostratum. And, you know, it took a long time. It was great size for what was happening there. Then once it did spring 2 leaves, I put it in a, like, almost a, I don't know, 10-inch or so pot, ceramic pot. And thinking that because it's a crawler, it's going to need some space to grow, right? And I didn't necessarily put it in a rectangular pot, but I put it in a large round one so it could grow all the way across it. Well, I always am like sharing. I have this one really great plant friend, Tracy, in the Philippines, and so she and I were talking, and I shared my collection with her, and we noticed, or she noticed, she's like, "What? You have that in that pot?" She's like, "There's an empty pot right next to it. You should transfer and switch those around, because this guy is used to, in the wild, competition, okay? Survival of the fittest. It likes snug roots, okay? There's usually a lot of other plants, and it really likes snug roots, and, you know, that's probably like a part of the reason why it wasn't doing anything for me. So I transferred it over, and I put it into this pot, smaller pot, to give it that more snug, secure, and I will upsize the pot. So don't make that mistake with your crawlers, guys. I know that we want these rectangular pots. I know that's all the rage and all that stuff, but don't do like I did and have to down pot it. Thank goodness we caught it in time. The roots didn't rot or anything like that. But yeah, it's just been going really slow, and I wish it would pick up the pace, but you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to these leaves upsizing in the new year, and hopefully like this rate of growth picking up. I'm not sure if it's a really slow. I think it's kind of a known to be slow grower, but yeah, I want my leaves to size up. They're really small for gloriosum right now. You know, gloriosum leaves get to be about like bigger than my head. So yeah, this is what we're working with so far. Come on, baby, come on. Alright, so that's the gloriosum. We're gonna put this one back down, and now I have 2 plants left. So next up, we will share this other plant, this guy with the moss pole and lots of fungus gnats. Yay! This is none other than my Epipremnum pinnatum albo. Ugh. So this was the second time oh my gosh, there's tons of fungus gnats. That's probably a bad sign. But this is the second time I've had one of these. The first time was my first expensive plant purchase. I think it was like maybe, it wasn't like that expensive, but it was expensive for what it was. I think it was like a $40 like node and 1 leaf cutting. I don't know. It was expensive. Just because it had albo, and I was trying to get on the variegation bandwagon. That was probably like last February. And it failed. It failed for me. I couldn't get it to root. I don't know. It just wasn't like, it stayed at the very baby stage. So I don't think it grew up at all. So it failed for me. I couldn't get it to root, couldn't get it to grow leaves. And yeah, that was that. But then I also had a green Epipremnum pinnatum, and it grew all the way up, like a really tall one. I had it on a plank that was like 4 or 5 foot plank. And so after that success, I came back and revisited this one. Someone was selling cuttings, and I said, okay, yeah. And then I also saw some beautiful ones, I think, on Sydney Plant Guy's channel that have like the feather-like leaf appearance. And so it really made me want to like grow this one and mature it, and definitely put on the moss pole. So here we have it, guys. I'm excited to see this one finish straight and they grow up. I don't know if it's just going to get just the pinhole fenestration, or if it's going to get like the feather-like leaves. Let me know. Drop a comment below if you know what the mature form of this plant looks like, because I might be mixing them up. But I think that this one does get like the feather-like fenestrations, and it almost looks like a dragon tail. So I'm excited to see this one grow and prosper in 2023, and it's on our watch list. All right, hopefully we get some more albo, right? That's what this one's all about for me, was the variegation. It's not highly variegated, but this new leaf is, this new leaf coming in right here does have, I can see variegation on it. So we'll see what that looks like. And also there's some interesting, oh yeah, there's another one, another leaf coming in back here. I don't know why, but it's way back there. So something green happening back there. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that one grow in 2023. We're gonna put this back over here for right now, and I need to water this guy with some mosquito bits water, because I'm not feeling that moss. I mean those fungus gnats. And then last but not least, the patootie little guy right here. It came with 2 plants, and I might have over-fertilized and killed the end of this one, so I cut off the tip. I don't know what's going to happen there. We're excited to see what it's going to do. And this guy over here is splitting, which I'm excited, because I'm not sure if it was ever split when I first got it. I'll have to try and find a picture and insert it. But yeah, this is none other than the common name, tassel fern, the scientific name, Persia squarosa, something like that. Persia squarosa. This is a epiphyte, I don't know. It's a jungle cactus. Not all these words. I know this stuff, guys, but then like sometimes when you have to regurgitate it, it's just like, is that right? Fact check. No. But I think this is a jungle cactus. It's one of the ones that like hangs down. You get all the nice, I don't know, cascading. Like it branches out and hangs down. I saw another really beautiful, fully grown specimen of this at the Succulent Empire nursery down in Orlando, Florida. It was really exciting to see that and to visit that shop too this past month of December. So this guy, I'm excited to keep my eye on it. It's a super slow grower. I've had it for, I don't know, probably like since spring of 2022, and it hasn't really done anything. It might have grown this little split right here, which I'm excited, but it's just not very visible growth. It's very slow growing. It's also going to be in my Millspo cabinet now that I've got that assembled and got that purchase and stuff. It's kind of close to the light. It doesn't need to have like super high light is what my research tells me, but it does like a really humid environment. So we're trying to set this guy up for success and put him in the cabinet and see where it goes, see where it grows, see how it grows, right? All right, well, so this is my baker's dozen of plants that I'm excited to see grow in 2023. You can just take a look here. And these are all the plants we've just gone through. Like I said, I'm also excited to watch out for all my Hoyas. I'm pretty sure I have some like Hoyas that are smaller than others, but you know, I didn't want to bring everything on. Another honorable mention would be my Monstera pinnati partita. It's similar to the Hoya goensis. No, the pinnati is the one I saw on this channel. Whoops, not the Hoya goensis, the pinnati partita. Anyhow, so I'm excited to see that one grow and fenestrate as well. I believe that one has to be climbing on something to fenestrate. So I've got it on moss pole, and it is, I think it's rooting in, but the leaves have just only started to size up recently, so no fenestration like watch just yet on that one, but I'm excited to see it. It looks so much the same as a freaking Monstera Peru, so I'm still like skeptical as to whether or not I have a pinnati partita or a Peru. But yeah, so these are the plants, guys, in 2023 that I'm looking to see grow up and looking forward to their growth. Share with me what plants are on your radar. What are you looking to grow? Do you have any of these? Where have your plants grown? Have you gotten your Pariso Verde to marble? Tell me what the conditions were that you did that under. And how about your Epipremnum pinnatum? Have you gotten it to do? Does it do the dragon tail thing? Because I'm kind of getting like confused. Also, the Syngonium frosted heart. Let me know if yours is more frosty and what conditions help it to frost more. And tell me about your Monstera type constellation, especially if you have one that you've grown from seedlings. What have you had success with? What medium do you have it growing in? Have you grown one in semi-hydro? That was like a new kick that I was trying to start going into 2020, like the end of 2022, but it was kind of like kicking my butt, and maybe you shouldn't start it on your expensive plants. Maybe you started with, you know, like basic stuff first, but I felt pretty confident because I had some things that were successful in it. So yeah, just reach out, let me know, comment below, share with me your struggles and your journeys. And if you like this video, please, by all means, give me a thumbs up, aka like, because I'm growing my channel. This is one of my very first videos, and we're trying to get this thing rocking and rolling for 2023. I'm looking forward to interacting and seeing you guys down below in the comments, and share this video with a friend. Let me know, let me know your thoughts, whatever, all that stuff, good stuff. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you like moss poles and want to learn more about them, then click the video here. All right, see you in the next one. Stay plenty, my friends.
If you like this video and want to see more like it, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notifications button so that you can be informed anytime I post a new video.